Hey guys, I just reviewed volume number 1 of Eternity War in my last video. I'm going to go to volume number 2. Hope you really like the first one and all set for the next one. Bye. So from volume 1, we'll move to volume 2 of He-Man the Eternity War. Again, a brilliant cover art which shows all the different factions who are at war. You can see He-Man, She-Ra here, Skeletor and his set of villains here. You can see Lord Hiss here, and you can see Hordak here, right? All fighting for Castle Grayskull. And that's where volume 2 kicks off. I really like this cover, similar to how He-Man was there in the first volume, right? And so let's kick it off. So here the difference is obviously the cover art is not by Stephen Sejic, like how it was completely done by him in volume 1. That's one disappointment for me, but still I don't see it as terribly suffered from it, right? And now the Skeletor's plan starts unfolding, how he plans to conquer Castle Grayskull and defeat Hordak, right? And there's a lot of history to it. For those of you who know that Skeletor is actually the uncle of He-Man, and it goes to that backstory of how he was he was trapped into this body by Hordak himself, who had given him this staff, right? And he says that this staff belonged to one of the animal he killed, and that's the head which lies on top. And then immediately Skeletor comes to know after holding the staff that the trap that Hordak was laid. And this is a brilliant 2-page splash of that scene where Skeletor will come to know all that thing that has passed, and this girl in picture is actually She-Ra, and how Hordak had sent him back in time to get her for him, and then post getting her, Skeletor was killed at the hands of Hordak, right? So that entire story unfolds, and once he realizes the treachery of Hordak, he immediately turns back on him. So once Skeletor comes to know of the treachery that Hordak has planned against him, he immediately turns back on him and then escapes, right? And that's where this story ends, and the next one begins again in a fantastic cover art. It really reminds me of some of the Alex Ross covers, these ones, right? So at the other end, we come to know that He-Man has been consumed by Lord Hiss, and he's the one who's taking over control of Adam. Sorry, not He-Man, it's Adam. And so Skeletor now jumps into the fray. I'm not going to too much of details into this, but Hordak, once he starts taking control of Castle Grayskull, turns across against all the entire universe and threatens to kill them unless they give their way over to him. But again, the twist comes in the form of Skeletor, who jumps on Hordak, and he now has the entire set of souls that Hordak had consumed or killed, and he brings them and unleashes them on Hordak's army, which is a fantastic comeback by Skeletor. And now the whole game has changed from before. Even Evelyn is now back on Skeletor's side, and then the first war he kills Hordak and takes over the control. Some of these are spoilers, guys, but I hope you guys still go ahead and watch it, because I don't think this has a lot of very secret plots as such. It has some, it's mainly a fanboy kind of book, at least that's what I would say. Like, if you are a He-Man fan, definitely go get it. It has some interesting artwork, it has some fantastic storylines, everything, right? And I'm just taking you fast through this now. Yeah, so this is where I think Rattler finds out about Lord Hiss, and he obviously finishes him, right? And we immediately find out that Man-at-Arms is now Skeletor's ally, and he has come to finish off He-Man, right? So this, then they give you a back history of Man-at-Arms and how he ended up at Skeletor's side, right? We'll quickly run through all this fast. I just want you guys to enjoy the artwork while we do, right? And this book is it's a bigger one than volume 1. It's costlier as well, right? As well as the story starts moving faster, right? Finally Adam breaks loose of King Lord Hiss and the grasp of the Snake Mountain, right? In this also you will start seeing story in which how Adam tries to fight off his demons within him, when Lord Hiss and Adam himself are fighting for control over the body, right? And it needs He-Man to break loose, right? And if you remember on the first story, we saw how He-Man destroyed the Sword of Eternity and became Adam, right? And now we need him back, right? There's no other way for us to win the war against Skeletor. Right, and we see the new Skeletor here, right? And he's got the power of entire Grayskull with him, and he believes that there's nobody left to challenge him. Of course, that's not the case. Adam gains control, and he once again turns to our favorite hero, right? And then not even that, he becomes even bigger. It's like I feel it's like a mega transformation boost that both Skeletor and He-Man gets in this volumes, right? You could see Skeletor's mega Skeletor form here, right? For those of you know, He-Man and Masters of the Universe is one of the most biggest toy, one of the biggest toy lines out there, with all the other characters with them, right? So that's also something which you guys can go and pick if you really enjoyed He-Man. So that's where I leave you guys. So I think the rest of the story is pretty much known. It's the usual He-Man Skeletor battle. Obviously there is She-Ra featuring in this, and she has to work with He-Man to defeat Skeletor, which they finally do, and they get back the castle, right? And then they show you a future, facing the future kind of storyline immediately, and it takes you to what the entire future looks like, and finally it leaves us with a very interesting ending, because usually He-Man books do not have a happy ending, or it leaves a lot of plot holes so that they could continue from the next one. We have She-Ra leaving Grayskull here, and finally we see that Adam and Teela, they are back together, and that's where it ends in this beautiful moment, right? Obviously there is a like all He-Man stories, there is another plot that is at play and which is just starting, and there is some new characters who are going to emerge, but that's for another story and another time, right? So I hope you guys really enjoyed it. As He-Man says in this last page to the audience, you have the power, right? And that's where we end the Eternity War. So I hope you guys really enjoyed this review of He-Man the Eternity War. do keep watching out for more. I plan to get more He-Man books in the future, and if you are a fan of that, definitely come back. I will show you much more. But thanks for watching. I'll just show you this last bit which I really liked, side by side. Two of the favorite characters. Let's just pick it. There you have it, right? That's the He-Man and Skeletor we know. Thanks for watching. Have a good day.